Hello, Zebra Nation. I'm Patrick Gocher with the Claremore School Board. Let me welcome you to this historical event. Today we celebrate the class of 2020. This group of young men and women will forever be remembered as a class that was forced to be different. In the blink of an eye, the world changed and the lives of these graduates changed. Through all this unrest, this class met the change head on. They became proficient with Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and even green screens. The words virtual learning and social distancing became part of who they are. They were forced, along with the rest of us, to face an incredible foe that challenged them physically, mentally, and even more emotionally. And yet, here we are, along with their teachers, administrators, family, and friends. This group of graduates has strengthened their minds like no class before them, and they have found a way to cross the finish line. Although we are still dealing with much uncertainty, this I am certain of. The Claremore class of 2020 will forever be remembered and strive to make our world a better place. Congratulations, graduates. We are proud.
Welcome to the virtual commencement exercises for the Claremore High School class of 2020. Please stand in honor of the class of 2020, the presentation of the colors, and the national anthem. I would like to welcome you again to the 2020 Claremore High School Virtual Commencement Ceremony. I would like to thank Stonebridge Nursery for donating the beautiful plants for our graduate stage presentation, and Tim Means, our photographer. I also want to thank Mrs. Grace, Mrs. Vanneman, Mrs. Forrest, and Mrs. Rahanick, and my assistant principals for all of their help in this endeavor. A huge thank you to Mr. Jeff Johns for filming and producing this virtual ceremony. My name is Carrie Garroot, and I'm the principal of Claremore High School. At this time, I would like to recognize Claremore Schools Board of Education, Mr. Patrick Gocher, Dr. Rick Mosier, Mr. Rod Henry, Mr. Jeff Gettinger, and Mr. Shane Huey. Our administration, Mr. Brian Frazier, Superintendent, and my assistant principals, Mr. Jarrett Hurt, Mr. Brian Key, and Dr. Kenneth Hindenburg. I would also like to recognize the faculty of Claremore High School. Thank you for your dedication and time, especially during the last 6 weeks of distance learning. I would like to thank all of the employees of Claremore Public Schools and the families that helped guide these students to tonight's graduation. At this time, our jazz choir will perform Green Lights. The choir is under the direction of Mr. Rule Doonking.
I hear your voice out in the darkness, somewhere across the
Thank you, choir and Mr. Doonking. This evening, we will have 5 of our valedictorians speaking. At this time, Austin Haddock and Ellen Northcutt will take the screen to speak.
Good evening. I have dreamt of this moment ever since I was a little girl. Well, it's not exactly how I pictured it, standing on that stage, delivering my speech in front of my classmates and our family and friends. I'm still extremely thankful for this opportunity to be able to speak to all of you today. I want to start out with a little bit of motivation. This quote is by John Wooden. He's a former basketball player and coach. Things work out best for those that make the best of how things work out. I truly believe that if we follow this quote and make the most out of what we have been given, we can go far and our futures will be bright. Now, I have some thank yous to say. Thank you to my parents for always being there for me, from the late nights and the stress and the homework and the rides to dance practice and just anything that I needed, you were there for me. Thank you for always encouraging me and believing in me and telling me that I could do anything that I wanted. I love you and I wouldn't be where I am without you today. To my seniors, thank you for uniting. We have united for what I think has been our best year yet. We won the Spirit Stake multiple times, almost every time, while we didn't win float building, which I think was rigged, but it's all right. We came in a close second, and I truly believe that everything that we have accomplished this year, whether it's our senior sunrise, hopefully we still get our senior sunset, but our senior sunrise, senior parking spots, and the Spirit Stick, I believe that it has been the best year for our class. Now, to my dance team coaches, Miss Warden and Courtney Burchett. Thank you for being with me these last 4 or 2 years and always being an open ear so I know that I could come to you. You have always shown me what it means to be a great person, and thank you for putting up with my sarcasm. Now, to Mrs. Hatfield. Thank you for always bringing joy to your classroom. I know, it's ironic, but you really do. You always make me smile. You always have a story or a joke, and that can be hard to do in a classroom, but you always make it fun. Thank you to Mrs. Travis. You have been with me these last 4 years, from when I was a little freshman vice president, to finally becoming student council president. You have pushed me and shown me that I have the capability to do anything and I can pursue whatever I want. Now, I hope to see you all in person at Lanto Field to celebrate our graduation. But for now, remember to make the most of what we have been given and start the beginning of our lives off right. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay positive. It was a pleasure, CHS. Thank you.
Good evening, faculty, family, and friends. I'd like to start off by thanking a few significant people in my life who've helped me get here. I would like to thank my mom for being one of the strongest individuals I know. Thank you, Mom, for all the sacrifices, for always supporting me, and for loving me no matter how difficult I can be. Thank you, Dad, for all your love and your support. Thank you, Grandma and Grandpa, for always encouraging me to work hard and go for my dreams. And lastly, thank you, Hannah, for being my greatest ally and my best friend. Our generation was a generation that grew up watching High School Musical, then was heavily disappointed on our first day of high school. We survived our senior year on Google Classroom and Zoom and set the record for the longest senior ditch day ever. Looking back over the past 4 years, personally, I think of the little things. I think of my first day of high school and how nervous I was. I remember getting my first taste of freedom when I got my driver's license. I remember when I could leave for lunch for the very first time. And I remember finally completing my last chapter of my senior memory book in Miss Andrews' class. Graduation is the most important memory of these years because it defines how we recall high school. As for me, I'm proud and honored to be able to share this memorable event with my classmates and those special to them. Everyone has their own personal definition of high school and their own high school experience, but we all have one thing in common: excitement for what the future holds for us. We all should be proud we've made it through 13 years of school, but the hard work's not over yet. From today, we go onward into the rest of our lives to college, the military, the workforce, or trade school. We become adults who are responsible and independent. I'm in confidence in this class' ability to succeed. Michelle Obama once said, "You may not always have a comfortable life, and you may not always be able to solve all the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance that you can have on history, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. We all must remember throughout our lives, we are important, even faced with life challenges. Though this year was brought to an early end, it's almost as this is just an early start for the rest of our lives. When I think of class of 2020, I think of eagerness, motivation each of us hold. People who are eager to start the next chapter of their lives, whatever it may be. A class that is motivated to make a difference, to put their own mark on the world. A class that is bound for success. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin and Ella. We will now continue with valedictorian speeches. Blake Philippi and Blaine Philippi will present.
It's the end, but also the beginning. We're ending what is known as the best part of our lives. But that's quite true. Now we can start our own legacies. Make something of ourselves. Do things in life that we truly want to do. Over this next years of our life, no matter the path of the workforce, military, or college, will define and shape us to be the people we want to be one day. I have changed, like many of you, throughout high school. Freshman year, I carried around a huge binder and a lunch pail. I looked like a classic freshman. I was an oblivious, skinny, short guy. Well, as I got a little taller. Throughout the years, I got more involved and realized how much CHS really has to offer. By getting more involved, I made more friends, and now my friends are more like my family. As Miss Groot would say, my zebra family. Two very important things I learned from Coach Bennett and Coach Green. Coach Bennett says, times fly, which I witnessed myself. Coach Green says, don't do crack, which I don't plan on doing. I learned a lot from going to Claremore High School. My parents even claim I think I know everything, but being a valedictorian, I like to think I at least know a decent amount. One marvelous thing I had with me in high school was my other half. My brother has pushed me to go further than I thought I could go, and to also not take life too seriously. There is a 1 in 250 chance that I have a twin brother. My brother is more like 1 in a million to me. I have a great family that supported me in every aspect of life. Every game or spelling bee or anything, my parents would make sure to make it. My parents pushed me to be a great student. That's why I'm able to stand up here and give my speech today. Just remember, this life is yours. You can take yourself wherever you want to go. No matter how overwhelmed you get with this next chapter in your life, don't take it for granted. As you all know, it will fly by. I'm confident with my fellow classmates and believe it will be the most successful class yet, because our future is clear. To start things off, I would like to say thank you to my brother, my parents, and my friends. Because if it wasn't for them, I definitely would not be up here right now. So thank you guys for pushing me to reach my full potential. And now, to officially start my speech, I would like to say the one thing that crossed my mind when crossing the finish line on my last day cross-country meet, and that is, it's over. I never knew how the ending of something so important to me would feel until that moment. And now, we're all feeling that feeling. We have all crossed that finish line. Although it's sad, I like to look back on the good memories that have made up this great race called high school. So I guess it all started freshman year. Simpler times back then. We had no AP classes, and most of our classes were in one hallway. And then sophomore year happened. I thought I had high school figured out for the most part. I knew how to navigate the hallways, and I knew what classes to take. What I didn't know was that you better grab your keys when the bomb threat happens. If you don't, you're going to be in the library for a very long time. And then junior year. Oh yes, the year I became upperclassman. The year I learned a really valuable lesson, and that's, in order to have a walkout, you better have a good reason. And the teachers had a good reason with trying to fix our education system. But I think the class of 2020 this year has really upped their game because we got the entire world to have their schools and people at work walk out. So yeah, senior year has been the best year by far because I've learned the most essential lesson of all. And that's to live in the moment, because you never know when any given moment might be taken away from you. For us, our moments of taking pictures at prom, going to state, and maybe even graduation are gone. But that's okay, because when I look back on the moments we all had, I know that our high school memories did not come up short. Just the time did. So thank you, CHS, for the best 3.75 years of my life. See you guys later.
Thank you, Blaine and Blake, for your comments. We will now hear from one more valedictorian, and she is also the senior class president, Barbara Bacon.
Hello, class of 2020, teachers, principals, families, and friends. I have been dreaming of this day ever since I was little, and I would have never guessed that this is what it would be like. In my car, in my school parking lot, with no one around to watch. I mean, this could be my first take, it could be my 34th take, you all would never know. This year has been very unpredictable. I've done a lot of things that I never thought I would or even could do. It has been filled with lots of change. But that's what our goal was, right? To be the change. And that is definitely what we got. Let me just take you through a stroll of these past 3 semesters. Many of us seniors came up during the summer to create a parking spot, and kids were in sports, Stuco, NHS, band, choir, and various other clubs busting their butts to make sure that this was the best year yet. On the first day of school, we had the best pep assembly ever, and they just kept on getting better throughout the year. We had the first ever girls wrestling team. We had a large advocation about the change of homecoming. We had the most students in history to get into all district choir, and there was lots of construction throughout the district. And my personal favorite, we had the best Red Army I have seen in years. I remember looking up at the stands this season, up past the freshmen who thought I was absolutely crazy, and I remember thinking, wow, we really did it, and it's just going to get even bigger and even more hype. I have complete faith in the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen that are going to step up and continue to accumulate to our legacy. It doesn't stop with us. But this last semester has been a little different. Some of the change has been hard, but it's inevitable. For example, right now you're probably wondering, when is this redhead gonna get off the screen and stop talking? Well, never. This moment right here is forever documented in history. You missed what I said? Rewind it. You need a snack break? Pause it. You want to rewatch Graduation until you stop crying? Go for it. But that isn't what the real life is like. In the real world, you only get one shot. No redos. You have to grab what you want while you still can. Take the chance. Go to the school 10 hours away. Stay home because you want to stay with your family. Start the job at a huge company. Make amends with people before you leave. Fight for what you believe in and fight for who you love. Life is so short. The best times of your life could be 4 years or maybe even 3 months, and it'll change in the blink of an eye. As many of our lives change, we'll go off to college in the fall, tech school, the military, or maybe even the workforce. There is no pause button. Take in these last moments because eventually you will wish that you could hit rewind and do it all over again. I will miss you all, and a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to the people that helped me and cheered me on along the way. It was many times that a simple smile or good morning in the hallway was what got me through. CHS, you helped create me. I hope that this video finds you all well, and I know that I will see you all again for a real graduation. Thank you for your time, and go Zebras.
Thank you, Barbara. Seniors, I know this has not been an easy time for you, and I know nothing I say will make it any easier. You are a class that is very special to me, as I have been your principal for all 4 years of your high school life, and you are the smallest class we have had in quite some time. We have been through quite a bit of adversity together. Your sophomore year, we evacuated the building while leaving your belongings behind. Then a week later, school was closed due to the teacher walkout. And now this, a pandemic virus that closed your school for the rest of the year and canceled your spring events. Throughout this time, you all have been resilient, patient, and understanding. Seniors, you are also creative, innovative, analytical, witty, and talented. Even though you did not get to showcase all of your talents and abilities this spring, the class of 2020 is outstanding. Academically, this class has 32 valedictorians, 22 Oklahoma Academic Scholars, 35 National Honor Society members, 1 National Merit Finalist, and 2 Oklahoma Foundation for Excellent Academic All-Staters. This summer, our Technology Student Association team was the National Championship Chapter team. Football had 4 straight trips to the state playoffs. Softball had 1 Academic All-Stater. Volleyball was state quarterfinalists for the first time in CHS history and had 1 All-Stater. Cross country had 2 All-Staters. Cheerleaders were state runner-up and had 2 All-Staters. Dance was runner-up in Open Nationals in Florida. Girls basketball had 1 All-Stater. Wrestling had 1 state champion and 1 3-time state qualifier, and they were academic state champions. Baseball made 3 state appearances and was on track for an undefeated year, 5-0. Track now has 2 official All-Staters, as any underclassman places first as an All-Stater their senior year. The FFA program produced 3 FFA degree recipients. It was also another great year in the Fine Arts department. In art, we had a student win the Gold Key for his Scholastic Art Portfolio. The choir produced 3 All-State choir members. The band was the Stallion Battalion Marching Invitational Grand Champions, 6 students selected for All-State Honor Bands. You can only imagine all of the possibilities for the rest of our awards and accomplishments if we had been able to compete this spring. I would like to take a moment to recognize the students that will be serving our country. We have 9 students joining the military, so on behalf of everyone watching, thank you in advance for your service. The class of 2020 has not only excelled in the areas of academia and extracurriculars, they have shown compassion through volunteer work. NHS raised over $8,000 through the Hope Race. This money is used by teachers for education in our high school. Our JROTC program holds a blood drive here at the school, and we have been the #1 donating high school in the last 9 years. I would also like to take a moment to recognize the happiest and maybe the saddest people here, the parents. Thank you, parents, for entrusting your children to us. I know emotions are mixed. It has been a blessing to work with each one of these students on a daily basis. I also know that this unusual time has been very hard on you all as well. The class of 2020 has made their mark on Claremore High School. They had been the first to increase school spirit in quite a few years. Our assemblies were so spirited, they were deafening. This class started the year off with a sunrise gathering at the stadium on the first day of school, and they planned to end the year with a sunset gathering on the last day of school. You all have proven over and over again the potential you have and still possess. Take this potential and move forward with good choices. It is not the adversity itself that determines us, but how we handle ourselves and how we choose to respond during these extraordinary times. Take your experiences, good and bad, and let them guide you in making good choices to reach your goals for success. I am very proud of you, senior class. Seniors, I am humbled and honored to have been your principal. Mr. Frazier and members of the Claremore Board of Education, faculty members, family members, and friends, it is my pleasure at this time as principal of Claremore High School to present you to this evening the senior class of 2020. It is my task to certify to you that each of the seniors that walk across the stage tonight is in the process of completing the requirements of the state of Oklahoma and Claremore Public Schools for a high school diploma. I will begin at this time to present the first diploma to the senior class president, Barbara Bacon, followed by the valedictorians and graduates.
Barbara Elizabeth Bacon.
Barbara will now conduct the graduate roll call.
Catherine Grace Baines. Blake P. Klassen. Chloe Ann Dennis. Isabella Chloe Eggleston. Isabel Ara Esau. Mallory Elizabeth Golbeck. Haley Elizabeth Grant. Rose Marissa Ann Grabowski. Austin Page Haddock. Madeline Kate Hardage. Jace Andrew Hightower. Jayla Jo Hurt. Brooke Haley Jones. Thomas Matthew Mason. Chandy Leanne McDonald. Reese Avery Merriman. Lainey Ryan Nichols. Ella Mae Northcutt. Hannah Sue Northcutt. Blaine Quentin Philippi. Blake Trenton Philippi. Riley Cheyenne Renfro. Jace Seibert Schafitzel. Sterling Elizabeth Savosky. Colby Nathaniel Smith. Melanie Ruth Snyder. Lauren Jean Tackett. Ethan H. Teets. Riley Suzanne Vanneman. Sarah Kate Wilhoit. Lauren Ann Worley. Connor Dale Aaron. Alyssa Lauren Adragna. Sydney Kate Allen. Sarah Angelica Almager. Michael Anderson. Bethany Mae Applegate. Trey Dion Armstrong. Tatum Ray Thomas Bailey. Catherine Grace Baines. Nathaniel James Bales. Dustin Charles Barnes. Cale Vincent Bart. Joseph Brett Beam. William Theodore Bethay. Drew Bingham. Natalie Cheyenne Boatman. Bryant Michael Brasher. Haley Lynn Braswell. Audrey Mae Broucher. Emily Marie Bridges. Krista Danielle Bristol. Julia Leanne Burchett. Sydney Morgan Callender. Kevith Caceres. Zoe Autumn Campbell. Mason Wayne Cape. Madeline Rose Carlisle. Brady Allen Carpenter. Marquita Everly James Carter. Harmony Case. Robert Edward Case III. Taylor Casillas. Hunter N. Casto. Brianna Lynn Colley. Shane Chancery. Haley Ashton Charles. Dylan Cruz Cicernos. Miracle Ann Claybrook. Seth Clayton. Danielle Nicole Klein. Ryan Michael Cochran. Chelsea Cody. Caleb Coker. Zachary Alex Coleman. Aurora Beth Conrad. Melissa Nicole Contreras. Alex Michael Cordray. Jacob Rex Cowherd. Braden Lee Cox. Corbin Xavier Crockett. Sadie Custer. Andrew Michael Dake. Jacob Daniel. Abby Shannon Daughtery. Riley Jean Davis. Samantha Faith Davis. Dylan Bryce DeRosia. Ethan Edward Dotson. Macy E. Dowell. Carson Oakley Downham. Liliana Cataline Ziedzenwich. Carrie Ann Elliott. Haley Renee Els. Ashley Nicole Evans. Lauren Nicole Feeler. Lee Stewart Farrell. Madison Kaylee Fleehardy. Brooke Elise Fluitt. Megan Renee Ford. Aria Lynn Fox. Shelby Jean Frederick. Tyler David Freeman. Julia Leanne Frescaz. Nova Lee Fuse. Haley Marie Garcia. Bryson Garanon. Dylan Richardson Getz. Ethan Scott Goodnow. Misael Gonzalez. Carson Xander Goodlow. Logan Ray Gordon. Isaac William Gwynn. Alyssa Jolie Haggard. Anthony Ham. Logan C. Haynes. Parker Alexander Haas. Dalton Seth Hawkins. Kendall Lakin Hawkins. Elena Irene Hayes. Mason Lane Hayes. Haley Hefner. Lane Tyler Henniger. Braden Chase Henson. Brianna Rochelle Hurd. Nicholas Gabriel Hernandez. Carson W. Highfill. Tyler Hines. William Jack Riley Hoagland. Chase Shannon Hogan. Terry Leonard Holder. Lane Todd Hewen. Michael Huffaker. Tatum Nicole Hughes. Olivia Chris Hudson. Randy Nicole Jacobs. Trevor Allen Jansen. Daniel James Yurkow. Dylan Michael Kedzior. Michael Logan Kelton. Caitlin Joreen Kilman. Gabriel Aiden King. Avery Grace Croker. Jordan Claire Lane. Rochelle Danielle Lawson. Christopher David Lee. Oscar Leon. Carly Jo Llewellyn. Tuesday Lynn Llewellyn. Whitney Maya Llewellyn. Drake B. Labass. Sydney Ray Libhair. Nicholas Scott Lozano. Joseph Boone Lynch. Jordan Page Lyons. Zach Massey. Chrysalyn Don Joel Mathis. Grant Hazlitt McCullough. Ashlyn Aries McComb. Kelsey McComb. Luke Michael McComb. Joseph Michael McCormick. Skylar McCrory. Elizabeth McKenzie. Michael Dylan McMorris. Tyler Dakota Melton. Adrian Mendoza. Christopher Lee Miller. Devin Scott Miller. Carl Braxton Moore. Andrea Nicole Moore. Caitlin Moore. Avery Paul Morrison. Charles Harrison Murdoch. Crystal Murillo Solis. Carly Page Neese. Cody Nyguen. Maria Lazuli Nunez. Anastasia Lee Odell. Kaya May Cheyenne Parrish. Liliana Loken Parrott. Madison Lee Patrick. Melody Patrick. Zoe Isabella Peters. Kirsten Andy Piotr. Julia Renee Preston. Bryce Allen Quillen. Jordan Ramsey. September Nicole Randall. Asia Dawn Reed. Mark Anthony Lee Reed. Glory May Reichert. Alvaro Reyes. Sunny Mae E. Road. Isabella Delaney Rhodes. Taryn Romine. Mateo Ruiz. Madison M. Rust. Eric Rutherford. Melinda Dawn Rutherford. Jocelyn Michelle Sane. Elizabeth Ann Sanders. Joshua Calvin Shaw. Hannah Nicole Shelby. Katrina Leanne Sherrick. Alexis Ray Shires. Ethan James Shires. Elisa Sierra. Quentin Jameson Brent Skinner. Angel Lee Smith. JC Nicole Smith. Emma Elizabeth Smoot. Cameron Snyder. Jasmine Itzel Soto. Zane Fisher Spears. Jasmine Spencer. Nathan James Walter Stage. Andrew James Stanfield. Richard Mason Steiner. Blake C. Stone. Catherine Rose Tabai. Alexis Paige Tilley. Paola Guadalupe Tinico. Cody Tungate. Iker Paul Valdiva. Robert Lane Van Vliet. Carlos Enrique Vasquez. Jack James Vincent. Jacob Ryan Vincent. Elisha Wagner. Dylan Matthew Ward. Natalie Nicole Ward. Tori Webster. Kobe Lathan West. Lucas Andrew Whitlock. Gregory James Wilkerson. Marissa Ryan Wilm. Colton Wilson. Michael James Wilson. Kayla Mae Wolf. Shada Wolfenbarger. Hannah Irene Woods. James H. Woodward. Talon Alexander Woody. Shannon Marie Workman. Mercedes Jade Worley. Alyssa Rochelle Wright. Logan Wade Wright. Martha Ann Wysong. Caleb Lane Youngpuppy. Zachariah Adam Muhammad Zaidan. Chloe Dawn Zikafus.
Margaret Tate Zimmerman.
Class, please stand. You may now flip your tassels right to left. Congratulations, class of 2020. You are now officially a member of the Claremore High School alumni. Thank you everyone for viewing, and go Zebras!